And we are live. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here. And I need to double check some settings over here in OBS. I've been having a hell of a time recently with my ISP dropping frames, which is just super fantastic. Oh, let me turn these on too. That might help. Alright, we're going to get started with probably doing the events early tonight. And yeah, hopefully we can get to level 200. I think we should be able to by the end of tonight, assuming that we get all the events done. I really don't like Demon Avenger, so I'm going to try and get through this character as quickly as possible. Not going to put a whole lot of time into actually learning how to do stuff, if I'm honest. And then we will move on to the next. Hopefully, the next will be a little bit more interesting. So, yeah, okay, so let's just kill 1,000, and I believe I can do this. So, yeah, let's just jump right into the event. Oh, let's see. Come here, little one. There we go. Let's, do that. So the goal with this character is to get to level 210 for the third level Link skill, and that's about it. Hey, welcome back, Fiona. How you doing? I am so glad to see you again. Thankfully, this event doesn't take too terribly long, because my little dog friend should come in and wipe out 100 of these guys for us pretty soon. I think it's every 1 minute or so. Maybe it's every 30 seconds. Oh, I'm doing just fine. Today was actually pretty good at work. I was able to get a bunch of stuff done that I wanted to, so that felt pretty good. And then I got to come home and stream, so yeah, today was pretty good. Ugh. Man, movement on this character is just... It's so bad. Alright, let's actually start using some abilities here. And this new event is super, super cute. Although, I gotta say, something that I really don't like is, the like, buff bug capo. I think that's what it is. I'm not super familiar with this brand, so I don't really understand the collaboration, if I'm honest. But, like, the buff body on that thing just, like, I don't know, it gives me the creeps. I think my buddy Deconstructs, if he's on, would show that off. It's it's really funny to look at. So we get to fight 1,000 of these things, which I'm pretty much sure they don't count toward the other events, so we're gonna have to do this, and then we will go back to just normal level grinding, probably go to Future Perion, since I'm 197. Should probably use these. I feel like the music in this particular area is a bit louder than it normally is. Oops. So let's see. We have... Oh, I guess I can't pull up the Legion interface here. So we're past 2K Legion now, which is really, really cool. And I believe we have... Let's see. We have Bowmaster above 210. I believe he's at 214. We have Lynn at 210. And we have Angelic Buster at 210. So those are all the third level Link skills. But I have got a bunch of characters that are above 200 for the second level Link skill that I'm eventually going to have to level up some more. And that's kind of where the Demon Avenger came from. I couldn't remember why I stopped playing it, and now that I go back to it, I can totally remember. And yeah. So we're just going to keep going through all the characters. We're going to make sure that we can get that Legion up as high as possible, because it is just a really, really easy way to get your damage up. And the ultimate goal is to be able to do Chaos Root Abyss solo. And then I guess we'll make a new goal once we achieve that one, but that is going to take quite some time, as I'm planning to do all of the character classes before then. So, shoot, I mean, we've only done 3 so far. And I have a few more, probably about 10, that are actually, I guess it would be less than that, maybe like 8, that are around level 200. So, and I believe it's either 44 or 45 in total in the game. I can't remember. So we've got quite a ways to go, quite a lot of content to get through, as it were. I was studying up, trying to find out what I needed to be doing next in terms of gearing, like once I pick a main. So it looks like, oh, and it was from a creator called, actually, I think he's streaming right now. I don't know how to pronounce his username. I think it's just Ducky, D-U-K-Y. But wow, he had some really spectacularly good, like, informational videos on gearing and Legion. So I went and watched those, got some really good information about, you know, kind of order, things of that nature. And I'm sort of on the right track. Not exactly what he had suggested, but, you know, that's okay. Nice to get a little bit of validation, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing something, right? Alright, let's turn this in. Hey! We got to 198. Doing well. Actually, did I just... Well, I still have to get to 210, so that's not really going to help me. Oh, plus that only goes up to 179. Okay, that's not going to work. That's okay. Alright, so all of the other events should just be kill 1,000 things, right? Yeah, that's kill 1,000 things. So is that. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to Forsaken Excavation Site. Actually, let me look at my gear real quick. I could put more time into it, but I don't know. I just really don't feel like it. Not for this character, anyway. Once I get to 200, though, I should be able to... Here, let me do some things. No, whoops. I don't want that. Here, wait a minute. I gotta go over here. Getting ahead of myself. So, I'm gonna give myself that buff. Do I have any more 3x coupons? I should, right? Thought I did. Oh, are these? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, it hasn't been restored yet. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I should probably read, eh? Okay, so I've used up all of those for now. Do I have any other gear that's better than what I have? These are better. But, meh. Okay. Let's get back to the meat and potatoes of tonight. which is just going to be grinding here mostly for 2 levels, and then I should be able to skip quite a few levels using those EXP coupons. Also, I read earlier on the MapleStory subreddit that you just couldn't get the last N of the Nexon event up until very recently, so that was, that's fun. Thanks, Nexon. Quite the blunder there. So let's give myself some buffs here. I was looking around YouTube for other MapleStory content, and I noticed that there's quite a few more creators, and big creators too, making MapleStory content that I didn't even know about. Like, it seems like MapleStory is growing again, which is very cool. It's very exciting. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. There are some things in the game that are annoying, but, you know, generally I feel like the game is as good as it's been in a very long time. So it's nice to see that we're getting a little bit more representation on the YouTube space. I guess technically I have also been making MapleStory videos, but really I'm just uploading the VODs from these streams, so not really the same thing. Although I have considered doing that kind of content for YouTube. I think maybe once I get a little deeper into the Legion thing, I can start making videos on that. I think that would be a cool idea. I think, though, I probably need a little bit more game experience. Oops. Well, I guess that is somewhat advantageous. Man, after trying out a vac pet, going back to like a regular one just seems like I'm missing out. Honestly, I didn't know vac pets were that good. Genuinely. The next time that we have one that is up for purchase that can actually be extended with the what is it? Water of Life, I think it is. I'm definitely gonna get one. Alright, here, let me distribute these. So we're up to, what, 337 for monsters near our level. Then we can go and turn on all of those to get our sweet, sweet event goodies for today. Last stream I was playing, I was so tired that I basically couldn't make commentary. I'm going to try and make up for that tonight. Or try to, anyway. Let's see. Once I get used to the movement of this character and then I move on to the next, it's going to be a really rough transition again. Because it seems like every other character in the game is just you double tap alt to go somewhere, or it's a teleport skill, in which case it's a totally different key. But the jump and then double tap is, I don't know, it feels really awkward. We are getting through these guys a lot faster than we were last time, that's for sure. Actually, what's my range right now? 216k. That's not that great for this level. Although, to be fair, I did not actually put a whole lot of time and effort into getting any kind of, like, gear for this character either, because I knew I wasn't going to come back to it. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oops. At least we're making good progress. We're already 30% to 199, which is pretty cool. Oh, hey, look who it is. Come on. There we go. So we're going to be streaming to 10 o'clock tonight. And we'll be back again on Friday, 8 to 10 as well. I am considering adding more days because I really want to be able to take care, or rather take advantage of the dailies as they become available. So I don't know. It's hard because the schedule that I have now, it kind of fits in line with my YouTube schedule, and I'm not really sure where I want to focus yet. But I know that I want to do dailies for MapleStory, and I know that I like streaming it quite a bit. But the problem that I see with that is I can stream all of my MapleStory content, or I could just do dailies offline, which is not as fun. I'd much rather have a full chronicle of the entire journey, at least from when I started streaming, that is. So, meh, I don't know. We'll see. Having a full-time job and doing this is quite the balancing act, that is. Oh, another thing that I've recently considered, and I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to do this, is I'm probably going to exclusively focus on MapleStory for the Twitch streams. I liked playing other games on the stream. I've played TF2, I've played A Short Hike, and actually my first test streams were Final Fantasy XIV. But I feel like if I'm going to do this, I want to focus on just one thing, and MapleStory seems to be good enough for that, for me anyway. So yeah, you might find me playing something here or there, but as far as like actual scheduled content, you'll find it's it's just going to be MapleStory, so I'm actually going to change my stream schedule after this to proper just MapleStory. And then I will likely announce on Twitter if I'm going to be doing something else. I've talked with some friends who also do streaming, if they wanted to do some like collaboration stuff. There were a few games that we were considering playing together, but we haven't gotten anything concrete yet. So be on the lookout for that one. That'll probably be a very fun stream. Something kind of fun over the weekend. I finally got to play Warhammer 40k for the first time in quite some time. I found a friend at work who played, so went over at his place and had our little skirmish games, which was fun. And didn't Space Marine 2 come out? It was either today or maybe that was just for like the early access people, like the streamers, because I think Thor is playing it right now. Yeah, Goblin Lord, no, Pirate Software. Pretty excited for that one. That would actually probably be a really good example of game that I would stream. Although, I need to get a capture card because I would likely get that on PlayStation instead of PC. Actually, that would probably be something... Yeah, so, like, once I get a capture card, that would probably be a possibility as well to do PlayStation games on stream. And we have a new chatter, KB07. How you doing? Oh man, I hate this one. Alright, let's give it a go. Ah, come on. Got him. Okay. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. Tell me, are you a MapleStory player as well? Mr. KB. Doesn't look like we have a live one here, folks. So I guess I'll get back to what I was saying. What was I talking about? All right, yeah, PlayStation and stuff. Yeah, I love PlayStation games too, so be on the lookout for those. Probably get a capture card here pretty soon. Give that a try. I've really been enjoying Age of Mythology Retold recently. I've actually made a series of it on YouTube, and I've played it here before, but I've decided to not, just so that I can focus on doing the YouTube series instead, which has been quite the experience for me. That's kind of like my first like big creative endeavor. I used to do photography, but I never really, you know, that was just for me personally. So, like, actually making a video, doing the voiceover, doing the editing, all of the thumbnail work and promotion and blah, 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 all the stuff that goes along with that is very new to me. And it is very, very cool, very fulfilling. I like it quite a bit. So I've been kind of diving into that, exploring that world. I've never done video editing before, so that was kind of a new beast. I had to learn how to do that. I've supported a lot of people who have done stuff like that. Marketing people, that is. But I've never actually done it myself, so I'm familiar with the software in that, you know, how to troubleshoot how it works, but... I've never actually had to sit down and use it until very recently. And I decided to go with Adobe Premiere. I figure Adobe rules the world, and I don't know, it was easy, it was accessible. There's some people who swear by DaVinci Resolve. If I'm honest, I haven't looked into that, and I'm sure that there are others there on the market, but I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. That's kind of like one of the philosophies that I've been really trying to live by recently is, you want to do something, just don't try and make it perfect. Don't try and plan for it. Just go out there and do it. That's how I started going to the gym. That's how I started doing YouTube and Twitch stuff. I had no idea what I was doing, and I really, honestly, I still don't. But I figured, shit, I gotta start doing something creative. Because, you know, just going to work, coming home, and going to work the next day wasn't really doing it for me. Needed something else in there. A little bit more fulfillment out of the life, right? I feel like when you're young, your parents want the best for you. So they'll spoon feed you some white lies. Things like, oh, well, you know, if you go to college and blah, 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 you'll be able to get this big, fancy paying job. And while that is true to some extent, it seems like there are so many more other creative endeavors in the world that are totally well worth your time. Maybe not necessarily financially, but, you know, it's like, oh, you know, finish high school, go to college, get the job, get the car, get the house, get the wife. You know, that's like the thing that they tell you to do when you're me, right? A white male. So I'm trying to branch out, expand my horizons, you know? I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who have not had that experience, who are very similar to me. You know, I gotta say, as much as I don't like Demon Avenger, I really like this 1,000 Sword skill. It is, pretty handy. Especially considering a class that has so little mobility, it's really nice to have something that can hit basically the top and bottom of the screen at the same time. That is actually pretty handy, I gotta say. Well, you know, I gotta say, that's a pretty unusual interaction. Have somebody come into the chat, say something that is absolutely unintelligible, and then and then leave? KB, are you still here? I don't think so. Oh yeah, this is way better now. What are we up to? 76%? Moving right along. Got, what, 10 minutes left on our double EXP coupon here? We check OBS real quick. Alright, cool. Everything looks good there. I'm really paranoid now, because for 2 streams, I had, like, 50% dropped frames. Of course, it was my ISP, come to find out. But now, they've got me paranoid as hell. Yeah, I definitely don't recommend Cox Cable. COX. They are really bad, and their customer service is even worse. Although, most people don't really have a choice. In my area, they are the only choice. Hooray! Hooray for monopolies. Although now with the stuff like Starlink, it seems like people now do have some choice, so hopefully that will bring some competition to the market and kind of oust these monopolistic practices, I hope. One can only hope, I suppose. I gotta say, there's some really cool stuff that MapleStory is doing. Like, gosh, when did they actually make the change? It would have been pretty recently that they started supporting even just 1440p, which is what we're playing at now. For the longest time, they didn't even support 1080p. I believe it was what? They did 800 by 600, and then they had the 720, and then they had the laptop resolution, which is like 1368, or no, 1366 by 768, I think it is. And that was it. They didn't have any scaling options. They didn't have anything. But now they have, it's 64-bit. That's crazy. And you can set how much memory the game can use, and you can pick your filtering type for the scaling. Absolutely dumbfounded about that, and everything looks really good too. Like, there are some textures here and there that you can tell that are like really low res, and they never really got updated. Usually in the older towns, it's pretty obvious. And sometimes the textures don't quite line up with the scaling either, so you get kind of either a blurry or an over-sharpened look. But, I mean, by and large, it is pretty good. Like, I'm glad that they did it good. It makes MapleStory a lot more fun to play, now that it's more accessible. Also, the performance improvements have been absolutely massive. I remember it wasn't that long ago that, I mean, server disconnects were all over the place, and just lag spikes, all kinds of weird performance issues, which seem to be completely resolved. I haven't had a single problem with that since I came back, so that's really cool. That plagued the game for a very long time, so kudos to Nexon for that. Often you see in patch reports or patch notes, you'll see, oh, you know, performance improvement, but you don't really feel it. I don't know, over the years, seems like they added up and made a big difference. I don't know if the 64-bit update made that big of a difference, but I mean, it feels like it did. When they do old school well, assuming that they do old school MapleStory, I really hope that that is one of the things that they implement, is the integer scaling for the graphics and larger resolutions. And I get the argument that you want to play it the way that it was. And actually, I'll use RuneScape as a really good example for this. So a lot of people like playing using the old interface. You know, it takes up like 80% of the screen, and you just play in this box, and then you've got your inventory and chat permanently in place on the left and bottom side, or right and bottom side. And honestly, that's the way that I play. However, I use RuneLite so that I can make it larger and get better integer scaling so that I can have the entire thing take up, you know, the majority of my screen. I would not be opposed to them still doing the 4:3 aspect ratio that you get with 800:600, but I'd really like to see a higher resolution like option so that, you know, playing on modern screens isn't going to be absolute hell. Assuming that they do this even in the first place. Which I think is a really good idea, and they are missing out on huge potential profits. Because they could set it up just the way that they have it now. Where you've got your... I mean, they could even have it exactly the way that it was, including the cash shop at the time, which was egregious. And if I'm honest, not a whole hell of a lot has changed in terms of that. I mean, obviously you can buy cubes now, and I'm sure that's a huge portion of their income for this game. But like, I mean, shit, you could buy scrolls back then in the cash shop, like EXP scrolls and stuff. So I'm sure it'll balance out. But what version would they go back to, I guess is the question. My biased ass would say version 55. But most people, I would probably assume, would say version 63 because they want to play pirates too. I think that the original version of the game did not include pirates, and once they started adding another class like pirates is when they started changing a lot of things. If you wanted to go real old school, they would just do the beta. So, whoa, who was highest in the beta? It was, I don't even remember the monster's name. It's been so long since I've had to fight them. They're part of that event. Nah, whatever. I'm sure if you were listening to this on YouTube or now, you'd understand what I'm talking about, right? Just go back to the beta era. I think they tried that for, like, somebody put together, like, what, MapleStory World server that was beta, I think it was, for KMS. That was pretty interesting. I'm absolutely perched tonight. Oh, shit, I didn't even notice that we got the 199. Alright, so it took us, what, 38 minutes to get there, so we should be able to get to 200 at least. And then we can do all the fun stuff with the EXP coupons and see how high we can get from there. Oh, you know, I've just noticed that we're not picking up any of the EXP, or any of the Nexon event stuff. Here, go over here. Oh. Okay. Do I... I don't think I want to claim these. Oh, but what I do want to claim is this. 365. I think I'm out of luck for today? They should have did that yesterday. And 8 o'clock is when it rolls over, so I don't think that I can do that event today, which sucks, so I'll have to wait till Friday, methinks. Oh, here, let me move this. Actually, let me do this, because I keep forgetting to press E. Oh well. Alright, so another 2x coupon should get us to 200, methinks. There we go. Take down big fella here. Hopefully we can get a couple more people in the chat before the end of the night. We're what, 41 minutes in? We got an hour and 15 or so left. I'm pretty big into movies, and normally I like to go to the theater to go and experience movies. You know, I try and go and see IMAX as often as I can, which is, to be fair, not very often. But I recently bought myself a new TV. I'd been working off an old 32-inch Samsung from like 2011 for a very long time. So instead, I got myself a Sony Bravia 8. And it's one of the OLED panels, and wow, let me tell you, that makes a huge difference. So I have just been eating up movies recently, going back and watching movies that I haven't seen in some time, just to see what they look like, and it's pretty great. Recently sat down and watched all of the Alien movies. And I really, really enjoyed that on the new TV, but I also really like aliens, generally. The xenomorphs are super cool, and a lot of the movies are good. There are a few stinkers in there. I really didn't like Alien 3 very much. I didn't really like Alien Resurrection either, but I did like Aliens, Prometheus, and Covenant. I think I'm missing one in there. Maybe not. They did get a little complicated in the lore, though. I feel like maybe they should have kept it a little bit more simple. I mean, I kind of get why they're trying to do it. They want to compete with Marvel in terms of, like, the whole cinematic universe thing, but I feel like they were doing just fine before. Went to go see Romulus in the theater, Alien Romulus. That was actually a really, really good movie. I liked the main characters a lot. The guy who played Andy was ridiculously good at what he does. So I'm actually... We likely won't see them again, but I hope that we do. Also, I really want to see David again. The android from Prometheus and Covenant. I thought for some reason he was going to show up in Romulus, but due to like when it takes place, I can see why they wouldn't include him. Also, the movies are all over the place. Like, the timeline is so difficult to follow. Like, I literally had to watch a guide video on making sure that I understood in what order these movies happen, because it's not clear at all. I mean, they give you dates and, like, date stamps during the movie, but, like, are you really gonna remember, oh, you know, this took place in this year and this took place in this year? I mean, a lot of movies, they do a much better job in representing how much time is passing. In the Alien franchise, it's just like, you have to read and compare dates across movies from 30 years ago, you know? Which is not... It's not impossible, obviously, but it is annoying and a little unrealistic to expect the viewer to remember all of that, to provide context with all the junk that's going on. Well, it looks like this is going down pretty good. I don't have any cure-alls, though. That's kind of annoying. Oop, come on. Sorry, focusing on taking down this dude. When you do as little damage as this, it's kind of a pain. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Alright, let's go back. This chair is not as comfy as it once was. 80%, Oh, there he is. I was like, did he leave? No. Yeah, that stun is really annoying. Also, for a class that literally the main focus is HP, you feel so squishy. There we go. Oh, it's this one. I hate this one. Mostly because it's incredibly boring. Wow, I do really shit damage. Well, at least we're halfway to 200, though. Let's see. Just gonna wait out this 10 seconds for my little penalty here. Boy, that penalty is brutal, too. Alright, now we're back on our feet. What class am I going to do next? So I was considering doing Aaron last time, but I think I'm going to do Phantom next. Or I guess I could get Mercedes all the way up to 210. I think I've got Mercedes at like 203 or something like that. Actually, Mercedes would be a really good one to do right away because it gives you extra EXP. But, you know, Phantom also gives you Meso, so probably get EXP doing Legion if I was out here trying to farm for gold, or Meso, I guess. Phantom would be better, but in this case, yeah, no. Mercedes is probably going to be next then. I actually like playing Mercedes, so I could, you know, get into it, talk intelligently about it, instead of just being like, oh, wow, I really don't like this class, but he has a really, really good link skill, so here we are. You know, it's pretty incredible to me that MapleStory has gotten to where it is now. Not that it doesn't deserve that, it's just that, you know, a free-to-play 2D side-scrolling MMO, it's effectively the only one of its kind anymore. There was a lot of games that were trying to emulate, you know, MapleStory's success when it came out, but it really has stood the test of time. It's, yeah, it's so different from everything else out on the market. And I feel like that's what keeps me coming back to it. It's like, you don't ever stop playing, you just take really, really long breaks. I've heard that term before. And that's kind of how I feel about this game. No matter how long of a break that I have taken, I always come back. This is one of the most persistent things in my entire life, because I mean 2004 I would have been 10 years old then, so yeah, 20 years, that's a long time. I wonder how MapleStory would do if they started advertising on, like, TV again. I don't... Even in, like, Google AdSense and stuff like that, does MapleStory advertise anymore? I haven't seen an advertisement from them in a long time. I know they do on social media platforms, but, like... I haven't seen, like, a YouTube ad, I haven't seen anything on... Like, I guess I don't really watch TV anymore, but I don't think they do TV ads anymore, I don't think. Oh, actually, what we could do is, with this, we could just stand here and spam this, so that's kind of fun. What riveting gameplay! Pretty good XP, though. %, yes. Oh, well, there goes the fun. It's a ripe slurpy fruit. What a weird event. I don't really get the theming on that one. I wonder if it was supposed to be a brand tie-in and then they pulled out at the last moment and they're like, oh, well, we already have these graphics and all this dialogue written, so we might as well just use it. Like, what if that was supposed to be like a 7-Eleven tie-in that fell through? And, you know, that wouldn't be the first 7-Eleven tie-in, would it? Didn't they have the shops, like the free market shops, those vendors that you could put up? I'm pretty much sure you could get a 7-Eleven one back in the day. Might still be able to... Well, I don't know if you could be able to get one anymore, but somebody might have one in their inventory somewhere. I was looking on the MapleStory subreddit earlier today, and there was somebody posting, like, oh, hey, are any of these items rare? And I'm, like, 90% sure that was supposed to be a troll post, because, like, what they posted was, like, yeah, like, actually super rare old items. I don't know if they're actually worth anything, but they are very, very old. Curiously, one of the items that I totally forgot about was the presidential campaign, like the Democrat and Republican balloons that you could get in the game, and he had one of the Republican ones. I thought that was, like, just looking back on that, what a weird inclusion of the game. Why why would you want that in your, like, fantasy, high fantasy 2D super cute chibi, like, why even involve... Anyway, I think that's a very strange inclusion, and I can see why they never added anything like that again. Bro, do the scrapyard quest? Yeah, I would. I just, honestly, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna get to 200 and then do the EXP coupons, if I'm honest with you. I'm already here, I'm already doing it. But, hey, welcome to the chat. You could hit 200 in the next 20 seconds, though. Wait, 20 seconds? What are you talking about? I remember that quest being a lot longer than that. Did they change that quest? Wait. Oh, where are you? The new home, right? From Haven? Yeah. What? Oh, okay, so they just give it to you now. You don't even have to do the quest anymore. Well, thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. I just assumed that... Do I need to talk to One Eye? I mean, I already got to 200. Yeah, I mean, I already got there once I just accepted the quest. Alright, well that's good information. I remember that quest being a whole hell of a lot longer than that. Okay, sure. Now we're just gonna skip through all this dialogue because I've seen this 1,000 times. How do you pronounce your name? Lumens? Lumens? Like lumens, like the measurement of light? Lao Mins? Is that right? That's... Let's see. That's why people used to bunk pots 141 to 199. Oh, right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I guess we can only use those in town, so I guess we'll go to Genesis. Also, that voting event was fire. I don't remember it very much, if I'm honest. That was so long ago. Okay, so you've been playing for a while then. Alright, see ya. Oh, I didn't even notice that he followed. I was so focused on what I was doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's open up all this crap. Alright, just more cubes. Yeah, I think I missed out on the 30th event for today. Yeah, I did. Oh well. I guess I'll have to do that either tomorrow or on Friday. Well, that did not get me nearly as high as... Whoops. High as I wanted to. Alright, what am I doing? Vanishing Journey. What? Oh yeah, I guess I still have to do this portion, don't I? Well, it would seem that they're streamlining the experience, which I like quite a bit. I did not know that that quest had been shortened down to basically nothing. I will do that in the future, now that our friend Lumens told us about that. Alright, where am I going? I got distracted. Oh, right. Not that one. There we go. Clicking is hard. Now, clicking is easy. Clicking in the right place is hard. There we go. This should be fun. Fighting super easy Magnus. Buff. Alright. So we can stun him, so that's good. Use our little buff there. Alright. That went somewhat well. Man, I do trash for damage. Maybe I will have to put some time into this character. There we go. Alright, let's see what else we got. Oh, right. What am I doing? This might be a slog. Yeah, this is where the mobility problems really come into play. Especially that vertical mobility. It's a really bad. And of course I forgot some in the bottom right corner. Alright. Can I start Vanishing Journey now? Wait, did I not? I should be able to skip this, right? I cannot go to that place. Okay, game. Right, so what do you do? Consumes 6,000 HP per second. Jesus Christ. Huh. Alright, I guess I'll just figure out this stuff all in due time. Alright, now can I start Vanishing Journey? I think I can. Yeah, there we go. Now we get to watch a YouTube video in friggin' MapleStory. Yeah, it's all my fault. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right. From him? This is probably going to be a massive pain in the ass. Let me go and put these skills onto a button. Let's see. For 40 seconds. Put these across the top, just see what they do. Is you there for now? Oops. Yeah, that one. Alright. Alright, well, that was something. Oh, right, I think I can just remotely complete that. Yeah, there we go. Skip. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go grab the daily. Okay. These all my nodes? I guess so. Let's turn this on. Yep. Now what I'm going to do is hyperstep, because I haven't done this at all. I'm going to put most of them into arcane power. So let's give myself damage. And should do for now. I have no idea what that sound was. HP, that should do. Myself some weapon damage. Or attack power, I guess. And I'll spend my last point here. Alright, good enough. That should give me enough arcane power to go take down these guys pretty easily. Oh, right, I need to open this. Oh, I guess he gets a block now. That's interesting. Whatever. Alright, let's go and unlock that first. Let's not do that right away. Okay, so what do? Okay, so you're the one that's like draining my HP like super crazy fast. But you also do a ton of damage. Interesting. Oh, I thought I would have enough for... I guess not. Boy, I sure am going through stuff really fast. I have no idea what any of this stuff does. I did not put that onto a skill, did I? Oh, wait, no, I did. It's right here. Man, some of these abilities feel like... I don't know. They don't feel like great to use, if I'm honest. I wonder if anybody mains Demon Avenger. I don't know, this whole like HP mechanic thing is like really throwing me off here. Let me make sure... Okay, so we're gaining XP on that, but I need to make sure that we've got our double EXP coupon active here. Okay, so that's basically what, like... I mean, it's sort of mobbing. What do you do? What a weird class. Well, we've got about a half hour left. I wish I could say that I'm enjoying the experience. Oh, hello. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot that ability. Just like, yeah, they're fine. God, when do classes get so complicated? Wow. Okay, yeah, I say that, but even the first the first 4 Explorer classes were complicated in some ways. It was just simpler times, perhaps, is what I'm remembering. Not really sure. It's a weirdo builds back then that were definitely complicated. I guess the builds were complicated, but the characters themselves were not. Maybe that's what's changed. Maybe that's what I don't like about Demon Avenger. go ahead and read this skill description because it's really weird. Exceed skills activates Thorns of Fury, which damages 5 enemies for 486% damage, 12 times additional monster defense ignored. Saves damage taken up to 100%. Oh, okay. Huh. Alright, let's go turn that in. Okay, so you're not level 2 yet. That's okay. Oh, wow, yeah, we are just about the level. That's cool. What are we, 203? Go do, guess we'll go for Raging? Yay, 204. Sweet. Okay, so we've still got 5 minutes left on the rune. Yeah, this map will do for now. Man, he's got so many buttons to push. And, like, all the time, too. Oh, right. Oh, there we go. Come here, you. Three minutes. We got 3 minutes. I love the music in this area. Honestly, I love MapleStory music in general. Absolutely amazing to me that they got a symphony orchestra to play MapleStory music at a concert hall. Never thought that was going to happen. I thought that was just like a Square Enix thing. Ah. I saw that they were selling tickets to something called Maple Fest. I never heard of that. Maybe I should check it out. I imagine it's just like any other, you know, game-centric convention. Be interesting to see MapleStory cosplay, though. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I've seen some pretty obscure cosplay. I was at a convention earlier this year, and I was cosplaying Kakashi from Naruto, and and there was this dude who wanted to take a picture, right? And we were doing it, so I was kind of just stood there in one place, you know, staring off into space as they're doing their thing. And I noticed out of the corner of my eye this one guy, and I had to do a double take. So I run up to him after taking the picture with the one dude, and I'm like, "No way! Are you Uncle Ruckus? Like from the Boondocks?" And because not only have I never seen anybody do anything from the Boondocks for cosplay, that was the last thing that I expected to see. But yeah, there was a dude cosplaying Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks at this anime convention, and it was actually a really good cosplay. I got a picture with him, and I wouldn't shut up about it for the rest of the convention because of how. I mean, honestly, that was the best cosplay there. It's so unique. Nobody else would be able to do that. So. I was super excited to see that. I'm gonna frame that picture and put it on my wall. And I'll tell people, oh yeah, I got a picture with Uncle Ruckus. That show is wild, dude. Aw, yeah. Ah. Alright, here we go. Watch me choke. That was one of my better clears for that one. I'll take it. Oh man, I am getting tired. It sucks getting old. 10 p.m.'s like the new 1 a.m. I think I saw a post on X about that recently. It'll be funny to see in even just a few more years what social media is going to look like, because now you've got all these millennials who are getting old. And I wonder if in like 25, 30 years from now, the millennials are going to get blamed for all of the world's problems, just like the boomers are now. That's kind of an interesting conversation to have. Oh, I got one of the boosters. That's cool. Actually, I'm going to use that. I think I'll use it now. What do I have that on? 5? Okay. I don't want to eat up all of my HP, but here we go. Keep forgetting to hit S. Alright, that was halfway decent, I guess. Coming up on the end of the night here, we've got about 15 minutes left. Ugh. You'll be able to catch me again on Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Same time as tonight. I'm available, well, I'm streaming on Twitch, that is. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 to 10 p.m. And then from 6 to 10 on Sundays. Those long streams are pretty fun, actually. Well, longer, I suppose. I suppose long stream is a relative term. Because to someone like, you know, like one of the bigger streamers, like Thor or whatever, that guy streams like, what, 12 hours a day or something like that? So a long stream for him is like 24 hours, but maybe someday, one day, we could, perhaps. But these are not those days. Nay. Likely not for some time. Not with this pesky day job in the way. Alright, so our coupon expired. That's right there at the end. It's kind of advantageous for us because we are nearly about to end. We've only got about 3 minutes left in the stream or so. And we've made it 30%, 31% through 204. That's pretty good. Hopefully next stream we can get 210. Seems like every time I try, I get to 209 and then I gotta go. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I'm just gonna head back to Genesis. Alright, well that was a fun stream. I like Demon Avenger a little bit more now that we've gotten to 5th job. This 5th job skills are a little bewildering. Really freaks me out that you're going through just so much HP while using these skills. And, man, I just really don't like HP as the main stat. It's not really my thing. But at least they kick ass. Like, these skills are actually really, really good. And I feel like they would be pretty top tier on another character if they cost MP instead. Overall, this is certainly not in the contender for my main. So, let's see. So we've got Bowmaster at 214, Angelic Buster, and Lyn at 210, and then, of course, our Demon Avenger is now 204. So we've got Illuminous at 203, Khan at 202, Archmage at 202, and Mercedes at 191. I think Mercedes is going to be my next one. I actually really, really like playing Mercedes. Also, already 191, so we wouldn't have too terribly far to go. I've already passed 2k Legion, so I'm not super worried about, you know, adding a ton of levels right away. Because there's lots and lots of classes to play after that. So I probably will do Phantom after that. And I actually really, really liked playing Adele. And yeah, I don't know. There's so many good contenders. So obviously Bowmaster, right, 214, must be my favorite. It was actually the first class I ever played, was Bowman back in the day. Back in like version, it would have been 40 something. The most time that I ever spent in the game was in version 55. And I was playing a Bowmaster at the time. And this first class, the one that I was only interested in, it was the only class that I played back then. It wasn't until much later did I try Thief and Magician and Warrior. But I still have a pretty special place in my heart when it comes to the Bowmaster class. So in all likelihood, that will end up being my main. It does help that class is quite good right now. The new abilities make bossing like trivial, especially being able to have indirect fire like they do. So yeah, wanted to go over that just a tad. All right, so we got to 204. Goal is 210. Hopefully we can get that next stream, and then we can move on to Mercedes. Get Mercedes to 210 as well, and then we can continue our Legion journey. I'm going to be doing all the classes, and then we will pick a main. And hopefully, well, probably by that time, we should be able to level up that class quite a bit. Get some halfway decent gear on it, put some decent stars on there, and be able to go do Chaos Root Abyss by herself. So anyway, that looks like it is time for the stream tonight. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate your time. It looks like we had a couple of new chatters. And it looks like we got one new follow from Lumens. So that's cool. Alrighty then. Well, I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.